Mazda revealed its new CX-5 2026 with a total redesign, more space, a new screen, and a clear commitment to modernize its most iconic SUV. However, while the new CX-5 looks better than ever, not all shiny is gold. In this script, we are going to review 6 reasons not to buy it, or at least to think twice. It's not a destructive criticism, because the CX-5 is still one of the most balanced SUVs in the segment, but it is an invitation to look at the big picture before you part with the money. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 remains a balanced SUV, but its lack of mechanical evolution is noticeable in the face of increasingly electrified competition. The naturally aspirated 2.5-litre engine, although refined and reliable, offers no improvements in acceleration or efficiency. It maintains an average consumption of between 10 and 12 kilometers per litre in the city and around 14 kilometers per litre on the highway. Figures that are beginning to look outdated compared to hybrid rivals that exceed 18 kilometers per litre combined. The 6-speed automatic transmission, although smooth and predictable, also feels somewhat obsolete compared to the CVT or automatic gearboxes with 8 to 10 gears that offer more agile responses and better use of torque. In international tests, the CX-5 2026 accelerates from 0 to 100 km per hour in about 9 seconds, which is enough for urban use, but lags behind models such as the CR-V Turbo, 7.9 seconds, or the RAV4 Hybrid, 7.5 seconds. Mazda has focused its efforts on improving sound insulation, ride comfort, and the quality of interior materials, achieving a quieter cabin with better finishes than most of its rivals. However, the fact that it does not offer a turbo or hybrid version in this model limits its appeal to those looking for more dynamic performance or real fuel economy. In markets such as the United States and Mexico, the main criticism points out that Mazda seems to be saving its cards for the future CX-50 hybrid, leaving the CX-5 as a more conservative option in the range. Still, it's still a solid alternative for those who prioritize reliability, design, and refined driving experience over raw power or energy efficiency. The new CX-5 2026 maintains a balance between performance and durability, but its proposal is no longer so competitive in the current context. Its 2.5-litre naturally aspirated engine achieves an estimated average consumption between 27 and 30 miles per gallon combined, about 11 to 13 kilometers per litre. An acceptable figure for an SUV with standard all-wheel drive, but one that pales in comparison to the latest generation hybrid systems that exceed 40 miles per gallon. This difference is especially noticeable in urban environments, where hybrids make better use of traffic and regenerative braking. Mazda defends this decision by arguing that it prioritizes the reliability, easy maintenance, and natural driving experience offered by an electrically unassisted powertrain. However, the lack of technological innovation may affect its competitiveness in the medium term, especially considering that brands such as Hyundai, Toyota, or Ford have already electrified most of their compact SUVs. In its favor, the CX-5 continues to stand out for its smooth ride, its precise steering, and the feeling of quality in every detail, traits that reinforce the image of a vehicle oriented to those who value classic driving over extreme efficiency. However, today's average consumer, more conscious of fuel economy and emissions, might gravitate toward more modern alternatives. Mazda has decided to take a leap towards total digitalization in the CX-5 2026, adopting a minimalist philosophy that seeks to project modernity and sophistication. The new 12.9-inch central display dominates the dashboard, almost completely eliminating the physical buttons that characterize previous generations. This system incorporates the integrated Google interface, which allows direct access to Google Maps, Assistant and Play Store, making it one of the most connected systems in its segment. However, this commitment to visual simplicity brings with it certain ergonomic compromises. Basic functions such as climate control, ventilation, or even volume adjustment are now completely dependent on the touchscreen. This can be uncomfortable and potentially risky when driving, especially on bumpy roads or at high speeds, where looking for an option in the menu takes attention away from the road. Brands like Subaru or Honda keep physical buttons for essential functions precisely for this reason. Despite this, Mazda has managed to make the interface one of the fastest and cleanest on the market. The system features OTA updates, wireless compatibility with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and superior screen quality in brightness, contrast, and tactile feedback. The experience is seamless, with no lag or disconnects, reflecting Mazda's approach to technology integration without sacrificing its signature sleek design. By the way, if you want to see a video about "For this reason, never buy a car with hidden handles," I leave you the link above. Mazda has fine-tuned the formula of the 2026 CX-5 to offer a more comfortable and refined driving experience, although not without criticism. The model incorporates improvements in suspension and insulation materials, but test reports suggest that rolling and wind noise still creep into the cabin, especially from 100 km/h. This is somewhat disappointing considering its positioning as an accessible premium SUV, and even more so when compared to direct competitors that have achieved a notably superior interior silence. In urban environments, the CX-5 proves its best version. The suspension maintains an impeccable balance between firmness and smoothness, absorbing irregularities without losing precision. The steering is light but communicative and provides a sense of control that few rivals match. This focus on refined dynamics reaffirms Mazda's philosophy of prioritizing driving pleasure over mere passive comfort. However, on long motorway journeys, the noise coming from the tires and side mirrors can become noticeable, which takes away some of the serenity of the whole. Models such as the 2025 Subaru Forester or the Nissan Rogue offer more polished sound insulation in that scenario. Still, Mazda compensates with a high-quality visual and tactile interior, soft materials, precise assemblies, and a design that conveys a sense of understated luxury. In terms of aesthetics, it remains one of the most elegant SUVs in the segment, a vehicle that projects sophistication without resorting to excess. The competitive landscape of the CX-5 2026 is perhaps its biggest obstacle. While Mazda remains true to its traditional philosophy of driving and pure design, its main rivals are rapidly evolving towards electrification and efficiency. The Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Hyundai Tucson, and Kia Sportage already offer hybrid and even plug-in versions with better consumption figures, greater power, and a more advanced technological perception, all within the same price range. The situation is further complicated by the arrival of the Mazda CX-50, which now incorporates a hybrid system developed together with Toyota. This model, with a more adventurous and efficient orientation, threatens to cannibalize part of the CX-5 public, especially among those who prioritize fuel economy and innovation. Although Mazda has confirmed that both will coexist in its lineup, the logic of the market could tip the balance towards the CX-50, leaving the CX-5 as an emotional rather than rational option. In a segment where the value-technology relationship is increasingly decisive, staying halfway can be a risk. The CX-5 still stands out for its sleek design, ride quality and premium finishes, but its lack of electrification, lower efficiency, and less comparative equipment leave it at a disadvantage against more modern rivals. Mazda is betting that its emotional appeal and reliability will still be sufficient, although the market seems to be moving in another direction. And remember, if you like this type of content and want to keep up with the latest motorsport, Make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, so you don't miss our next research or tops. The increase in dimensions of the Mazda CX-5 2026 represents one of the most notable changes in this new generation. With an additional 4.5 inches in length and a wheelbase extended by 3 inches, the SUV gains visual presence and improves its interior roominess. These figures translate into more generous rear space and a wider trunk, addressing one of the main criticisms of the owners of the previous model. In this sense, Mazda has listened to its customers, prioritizing comfort and family versatility. However, this physical growth also raises questions about their dynamic behavior. Part of the CX-5's historic charm lies in its agility and sporty response, qualities rare in a compact SUV. The increase in weight and size could compromise that precision in tight corners, especially in urban driving or winding roads. Mazda claims to have compensated for these effects through a complete recalibration of the suspension and improvements in structural rigidity. But initial reports suggest that, although it is still agile, it no longer conveys the same immediacy as before. Even so, the overall result seems balanced. The new CX-5 offers a more robust stance, a more comfortable interior, and an exterior design that continues to be one of the most refined in the segment. Its stylized silhouette, clean lines, and reinterpretation of the Kodo language consolidate its position as one of the most visually elegant SUVs, even in the face of more technological or eye-catching proposals. In short, Mazda has opted to evolve in space and comfort, although at the cost of part of the sporty character that distinguished it. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 is a well-made SUV with impeccable design, good build quality, and a ride that remains among the best in its class. But it is also a model that feels halfway between the past and the future. If you're looking for efficiency, power, or advanced connectivity, there are more comprehensive options. If you value aesthetics, reliability, and precise handling, it is still a success. The point is simple. It's not that you shouldn't buy it. Just make sure you know exactly what you expect from it. Because in a market where competition is fierce, even a car as balanced as the CX-5 needs to evolve faster so as not to be left behind.